generating, if you cannot move it from one place to the other, then it goes to waste. I don't know if you get me. So these are the things that needs to be in place for this, this issue,
power.
The power issue. So it is not something that would happen overnight. There are things that past government should have done. They were neglected, and there have been, I think Buhari really did a lot when it comes to this gas supply generation. So I think over time, I think by the end of this year, we should have a better supply of gas.
Hopefully, because Nigerians are really tired of the epileptic power supply. I mean, in Edo State just this week, there was a protest. Yeah. Okay, now let's quickly move on to the Nigerian Tribune, which is our final paper for today. From the top, Tinubu, governors, others eminent Nigerians to grace Obafemi Awolowo Foundation 2026 Memorial Lecture today. PRA, Nigerian upstream producers have failed to supply crude to refinery, says Dangote. Senate summons Kerry, ex-NNPCL officials over 210 trillion naira alleged discrepancies. And the screaming headline from the Nigerian Tribune says, gunmen wreak havoc in Ondo, Oyo, Kebbi. Disguised as vigilante men to kidnap 4 on Kish Igbeti Road. Abduct wife, shoot husband in Ondo. Kill two police officers in Kebbi after attack on border post. We have rescued Igbeti kidnapped victim, says Oyo government source. Okay, another story on the Nigerian Tribune there says Google introduces Yoruba also support for AI search in Nigeria. Victor, what do you think about this recent development by Google?
I mean, these are languages that are spoken by millions of people. So just Google, trying to broaden its markets for the use of, everyone all around the world. So, they're about, the Hausas, I think they're about probably maybe 100 million Hausas, Hausa speaking people. And for the Yorubas, Yoruba cut across the West Africa generally, and I think even in South America. So you have a really, really large population of people speaking these languages. So
well, yeah. I'm looking forward to them also introducing my language too. I mean it shouldn't just be limited to Yoruba and Hausa.
Yeah, definitely, but there will be priorities due to the market share of people using this product.
Definitely. Okay, so there are still other interesting stories on the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, so do well to grab a copy of the Tribune so you can read for yourself. And with that, so we call our newspaper review segment a wrap. Stay tuned because the discussion segment is coming up next.
Honor the legacy. Are you planning an event, launching a brand, or looking for powerful media visibility? Welcome to VOS TV. VOS, live streaming, studio, and outdoor photography, and professional videography that tells your story with clarity and creativity. Need sharp editing, catchy jingles, full program production? We've got you covered. From talk shows to entertainment, general news, advert placement, and even social media management, VOS TV gives your brand the spotlight it deserves. Clear visuals, professional sound, creative excellence. Call us today on 080-2254-7837 or 090-3710-3329. VOS TV, amplifying your voice to the world.
All right, welcome. It is still dawn on your darling station, reaching you live from the ancient city of Benin. Yes, I love to call it that way because it is the only city where culture speaks loudly. This is the discussion segment of the show. A year ago, the former Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, stated that Nigeria was not mature enough for state policing. His reasons? The possibility of abuse. Fast forward to 2026, the conversation seems to have taken another turn. As the president him, it will help strengthen our security structure and help us win the war against insecurity. In reaction to his call, the new Inspector General of Police, Tunji Disu, has set up a committee to draft a framework for this implementation. What changed? And what does this mean for Nigeria? This is a conversation we're having on the show this morning. Looking at the topic, state policing, what are the negative and the positive impact on Nigerian security architecture? Joining me to unpack this conversation, the person of Comrade Roy Uribabo. Comrade, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Happy weekend, Comrade.
Same here.
So, Comrade, let's unpack this conversation. Starting first with, from a security and governance standpoint, how important is it?
I keep on building on. I believe, I am convinced that Nigeria cannot operate a state policing system with weak institutions. As of today, Nigerian institutions are too weak. They don't have the capacity, they don't have the sub-cardinal state policing. Therefore, I see a country that is navigating towards anarchy. You know, the position of the former Inspector General of Police was I think that was the first time I was on the same page with him, where he said Nigeria was not matured enough. You know, he was right. He was right. As of today, even the new Inspector General of Police setting up a committee to look. He doesn't even have the capacity to set up a committee to look at it. That is not within his reach. That is not his responsibility. It's not the police. It's not the Inspector General of Police that will determine how we should run state policing system. It doesn't lie in itself. That is already a fundamental error. And if we allow it to, if we progress in that direction, we are heading towards a journey that would not be profitable to us. One, as I continue to say, I will continue to maintain it, you know. Put state policing here and also come here and put state electoral commission here. Put it on the same scale and weigh it. As of today, that was how Nigerians, our politicians, thinking that they will perpetually remain in government. They came with this philosophy that state electoral commission will be better for states. After how many years now, where are we? We have not been able to make progression. We have not been able to register a positive direction that Nigerians will be proud of. As you recall, prior to 1999 election, so personality were discovered because election was conducted at the local level, with high level of transparency, was contested with genuine intention, and people were thrown in that process. Those who were councillors were personalities you are proud of. Personality. As of today, who are those who are now our councillors? You don't even know them because they don't contest for position. It is the governor in power that will look for a friend, and a friend will not recommend a councillor, and a councillor from there will not recommend a local government. As of today, I don't even know who's my councillor. Now we are going to state policing.
Okay, Comrade, thank you very much. So you made mention that it is not in the position of the IGP to set up a committee.
Yes.
Whose position is it? Because a lot of persons will argue that they are the ones who are going to, if it is allowed or if it is that this state policing shouldn't be taken seriously. Reason because the National Assembly who are saddled with the responsibility, of amending the constitution and not really making moves in that regard. So a lot of persons are like, we shouldn't take it serious since the body that is responsible for the amendment are not taking any steps. So whatever is being done, like we can recall that during the time of Ekweremadu, this conversation also came up, but it was neutralized. So do you think, just like persons are saying, that this conversation shouldn't be taken serious?
No, you cannot compare the period of Ekweremadu as a deputy Senate president with where we are now.
Okay.
Where we are now is a different bag, it's a different process entirely. You know, as of today, the National Assembly, all that 72 hours, they can work on the constitution. With the way Amala they are going now, they can amend the constitution that 72 hours. And the president and presidency will sign it. Therefore, don't bother yourself over that, because the way their body language and their disposition over the years have clearly shown. Look at the way Amala they handle the Electoral Act. That's a clear indication that they can do all this in under 24 hours. Therefore, let Nigerians not be so bothered about that. I'm not bothered, because They can even from their bedroom and say they have work on the constitution. And Nigeria, there is something we'll do about that. But the issue that is fundamental is that state policing, we must continue to let them know that state policing, the position of the former IGP is still very crucial. We don't need state policing. We cannot force state policing, and Nigeria cannot move in progression with state policing with the institution we have today. That is my fear. We are very few who are taking this stand, and we that are few are taking this stand are those who are telling the Nigerian government the truth, unless there is something attached to it that we don't know. And that's the reason I'm asking you: is the state police going to happen before election or after election? These are some of the issues we need to know, so that we also know how to make our position, whether it's being used as a political tool.
That's a critical question that even I cannot answer right now.
you as a journalist, you must do your research.
Okay, now let's come to the structural issues that we have. A lot of persons have argued the issue of funding as regards the creation of state policing. And the critical question is, do states have the capacity to fund state policing if eventually it's created? Take, for instance, Edo State. Does Edo State have the capacity to fund state policing?
No, it is the governor. The governor, the 36 governors, they will be taking a decision on that. They have the capacity to finance. I am not a government. I am not a governor. I'm far away from the government, and I cannot speak for the government. I can't see. I don't know how buoyant they are, but we were told in this country that after the removal of subsidy, that the governors are becoming too rich. That there is too much money in their disposition, in their disposal. Therefore, on the strength of that, I can, from a distance, tell the world that the governors have too much money now. The president and the presidency have informed us that the removal of subsidy have given too much money to state governors. Therefore, I see no reason why they should complain if we are to invest and take very seriously the position of the president. But, as I said, it is the governors that will speak on that direction, if they have the capacity in terms of resources, if they have the money to finance it. It is not yours sincerely.
But we see most governors also crying that they do not have enough funds.
If they are serious about it, they don't have enough funds. What is the essence of talking about the state policy? That's a wasted effort. That's the reason why some of us believe that it's not something we should even be discussing by now. There are things that are affecting us in this country. State policing, as far as I'm concerned, is not one of the solutions we have. We have not been able to tackle corruption. We have not been able. If we tackle corruption in this country, all we are talking about will not be an issue. Because I am aware that the spirit of corruption is alive, is well in this part of the world. If we don't have the capacity to tackle corruption, any other thing you are doing is zero. You can't build on nothing. I expect it to stand. I just told you just now, the institutions, how weak is our institutions. One, the Nigeria police as of today is constituted. What are the perception between the people and the Nigeria police? It is the new Inspector General Police who will make my policy statement that the citizens are the boss. That is theoretical. In practice, Nigerian citizens, are they really the boss? As of today, you are a journalist. I will also be asking you now, take your camera and do back on the investigative journalism. Go and look at police. Go back there and see if anything have changed since the coming of the new Inspector General. What have changed? You should be able to tell me this have changed, this have changed. To me, yesterday I was driving when the police officer stopped me. He was asking, I asked the police, I said by now, I was thinking that there will be change in approach because we have a new. The man I said, well, I said because it is the same old methods.
Well, can't we say it's too early for us to judge his performance? I mean, he just assumed office a few days ago.
No, you cannot say it's too early. When you say it's too early, we will have issue. You recall the late Buhari, when he came about, for about 6 months, he did not constitute cabinet. People were saying it's too early. That destroyed the Nigerian economy. You know, we have it in a popular beer parlor saying that weekend will go good now from a Friday that they know. You know, if your Friday is not too sure, you are not sure for Friday, what are you going to do that will make your Saturday to be better? You know, as far as he's coming, is with fresh energy, fresh air, very determined. In these first few days, we should know his position. There must be absolute change. There must be a radical departure from what we are used to. By now, you will be seeing things. You see policemen, you know of a truth that we have a new Inspector General Police. It's a policy statement. It's just for you to make the directive and implementation immediately. These are not rocket science. They don't need to do it. This is a man who been in the police for over 30 years. But now he's aware of the problem with the Nigeria police. By now, he's supposed to come with direction. Therefore, don't hold brief for him that it's too early. If you don't lay your foundation well, there is something you will do on top of the roof that will make it to change. It's the foundation that will determine. This is the time for him to lay foundation so that Nigeria will celebrate him.
Interesting. Thank you, Comrade. So, according to Comrade, it's the foundation. All right, to everyone watching us, we are talking about the topic state policing. What are the negative and the positive impacts it will have on Nigerian security architecture? That is the topic of discourse this morning. I would love you to join the conversation. Let us know your thoughts. Do you agree with the former IGP of police, Kayode Egbetokun, that Nigeria is not yet mature for state policing? Or do you feel that we actually need state policing, being that according to the president's argument, it will help to strengthen our security and help us in the fight against banditry? Would like to hear your thoughts about this particular topic this morning. Live in the studio with me is a civil society activist, the person of Comrade Roy Oribabo, who is speaking to the issue this morning.
Thank you once again for having me.
Thank you so much, Comrade. So now, Comrade, you spoke about your stand is that we are not mature for state policing. There are other institutional and structural problems we should be looking at in the police. So can you give us a highlight of some of these issues that should be focused on instead?
Well, the welfare of the police. We are still being told that policemen still use their money to go and buy their uniform. So we'll be looking for money to buy their shoes. In an arrangement like that, that is a structural deficiency already. That they are not being encouraged, they are not being motivated. How do you expect a police officer to go and use his money to buy uniform and you expect him to be committed for the job? Secondly, we are being told that they are not being paid as at when due. That is also an issue. Thirdly, we also be told that after serving as a Nigeria police, you are a pensioner at that level. We saw them that day, they were on a protest. That they are not being paid their allowances, their gratuity. Is that not enough to downplay and undermine the seriousness of an average policeman? These are some of the issues that need to be critically examined before we start talking about state policing. And we also look at corruption. We look at tribalism. You know, tribalism is also an issue. How the recruitment process is also an issue. Nigeria government should also be looking at the recruitment process. How do we recruit those who are in police force? What are the mechanisms? What are the methodology? What methods are being used to recruit them? Because if you consider these variables, then you will know that we need to revisit it. When we revisit all this, we will be heading towards a better society. Therefore, while, as I said, the welfare of police is very essential. A man that is psychologically down cannot function well. A man that is emotionally unstable cannot give you the necessary things. A man that is not properly fed, sitting very close to you now, I'm aware that you have eaten this morning. Last night you ate, and you are very robust now. You are shining because you have eaten. How do you record that policemen that have not been paid, they have not eaten, they have not taken their breakfast last night, their children are there, no commitment, there is no reliable and a concrete insurance policy for police? In 21st century, you are seeing your colleagues, something happened in the line of duty. What is the Nigerian government doing? What are they doing? Very just now, you saw the generals, the army, the U.S. Army that were murdered in Iran. You see how the president were celebrating them. You see the honor. Would that not boast the morale of those who are still serving? That, oh, if it happened in the line of duty, something like this terrible happened to me, this is how my country will celebrate me. Is the Nigerian government doing that for the Nigerian police? The answer is no. You know, we must look at those things critically before we will be in a hurry to be talking about state policing. And that's the reason why I'm asking you. The body is on you now to tell me, is the state policing, is it going to be before 2027 election or after? So that we know whether it's going to be a political tool. Because we should not be in a hurry to be talking about state policing. We run a regional government in this country before. Go and check history. We're on a regional government where we also have that region of a policing system. Otherwise, where we now call state policing. It was we who said, no, this system was not working. That we now embrace another system. That is where we are now. Therefore, what have changed?
All right. Okay, thank you, comrade. Now, your argument is it's being used as a political tool.
Whether it will be used, I have not drawn a conclusion on it.
Okay, whether it will be used,
yes.
your concern.
Yes.
Because that's also the concern of other persons as well. But supporters of this state policing argue that it will help to improve intelligence gathering. So are you saying that there's no benefits when it has to do with the state policing?
What do you mean by intelligence gathering? When people are here, it will improve intelligence. What is intelligence gathering? As of today, what kind of policing system are we practicing? Don't you go? You can take a walk around now. You see police who are on duty. Before you get there, it's one man there who will tell you he's a member of a dozen vigilante. He's in the front. Who's supposed to also be giving the information? What do they do? These are things you don't know. What are the synergy between our security agencies? Are they working? Are they on the same page? Don't you see that rivalry within there? When you see something, you say something. That is intelligence gathering. As of today, do you have the confidence to see something and go and tell police and they will protect you? These are the issues, because when you are talking about intelligence gathering, you saw what happened now in between US and Iran. You see how the people are saying how were they able to gather this information that leads to the death of the supreme leader. And people say because there was high level of discussion and commitment in terms of intelligence information that was at our disposal. As of today, are we proud of that? Can we do that? You know, we must revisit all this issue. When we revisit, is that we will now have a police that is working. The problem with this country and the problem with our policing system, it's not state, it's not federal. It's what I've said it. The welfare, the police office and other police is not, the rank and file are not being taken care of. As of today, there is no barrier where the police will have to go and relax their head. They are sitting on the street looking for where to rent an apartment. As of today, you belong, police does not have lights. You go to police station, there is no light. Their service, their vehicle, is not being fueled by government. They have to, on their own way, source for funds to fuel their vehicles. They have to look for funds to power their generator. And you are telling me state police is our problem? With this kind of mentality, if we use it to embrace state policing, anarchy knows. Because I'm scared. I am scared as a patriotic Nigerian. If we use this method to embrace state policing, sorry to say, it's not going to be as easy as we are looking at it. Because how do we confront corruption? There is high level of corruption in Nigeria. Therefore, police, they are not also immune to it. Within this studio now, if you take a cruiser look, use a helicopter view to look at it, you also know there is corruption here. And that is in Nigeria in all of us. Therefore, let us not say it's all about policing. You know, how do we fight corruption within our society? By the time we get it at the level of fighting corruption, everybody, how do we raise that level of patriotism? What will make Nigerians to believe? If I had issue with you, instead of you to tell me, I'm Felicia, I'm in Nigeria, you prefer to tell me I'm Felicia, I'm an honorable girl. You want to boast and tell me from one of your deity from your community that is what you will not tell me, Mr. Roy, Comrade Roy, I am Felicia, I am in Nigeria. You won't tell me that. And that's what me, I will also tell you that I am a Comrade Roy, I am in Nigeria. I will say I'm Comrade Roy, I'm Okwadwama. That is the kind of orientation we have in this country. We must raise it to that level where all of us will say, I am in Nigeria. An average child in the US will tell you, it will be telling you, I'm an American. They don't segregate themselves. With this kind of segregation we have in this country, it will not work. State policing will not help us. And that's the reason why I keep on telling you, when people are being given an opportunity, given a position based on who you know, not based on what you know, then you are telling me state policing will work. Do you know the caliber of personality that will not be in charge of policing by the time we release it to the state government? Don't you see, look at Nigeria generally, don't you see their local forces or the security and the general they have able to, don't you see the way they operate? Very just now. It was, I think it was one of your seniors I saw it, that these boys who refer to at Okpewo police, don't you see their actions? Have they been able to behave as a professional? These are some of the issues, because with the little you are seeing around, people that have not been given that absolute power to carry AK-49, look at what they are doing. We have an issue in the government that where some vigilante will not go, they went to go and some persons in the Gwebe who were cutting bamboo, they say they are criminal, they allege them because they are vigilante. And even when they know, somebody said they are working. These are some of the issues we need to be very bothered, we need to guard it. Because the Nigeria are not in all of us, we don't allow state police with this kind of mentality. State police, as I said, there is nothing wrong with state police. The concept is very fantastic. The framework, nice. The implementation, very superb. It will help this country. But the Nigeria in us, will they allow it to work?
All right, thank you so much, Comrade. I want us to look at it from the local impact it will have on security, because we are talking about the negative and the positive impacts. Some persons have argued that in states like Edo State, that state policing will help us curb the issue of kidnappings and cultism. What's your take on that?
How? And that's the reason why it's even good for we to even understand the concept of state policing. Are you saying that if we have state policing arrangement in Edo State now, are you not saying that we are going to employ more persons will be employed to the police?
That's the argument. There will be more personnel.
Okay,
and
more personnel
who are who have an understanding of the structure of the state, and thereby being able to cover our forests, being able to go round. So a person who is from that place will be employed in the police.
Okay, if I understand you more better now. If this studio now is a community,
yes,
Felicia Odoji can be the DPO because it's used to the environment. Huh?
Exactly.
By so doing, she has the ability. She knows those who reside there. Anytime there is a foreign person, she can quickly identify them. Is that not the motive?
Yes, exactly.
Huh?
That's the proposed structure.
Okay, of Nigeria, of state policing.
Yes.
That's the reason why I said the concept is very fantastic. You understand me? But the Nigeria in us, we undermine. Nobody will not say policing is good. I'll continue to say it. But my fear is how are we going to recruit those who will be there? Is it the government of the day that will employ people? We recruit them? As a sitting governor, you have election and you know that you need the election. Then are they going to look at people like Roy to say, go and join the police? Would they recruit us? And I'm asking you, would they recruit people like us? Because they will go back and say, go and give me, they will call the party leader there and say, go to your ward, give me our party members. If Felicia is a member of our party there, make sure you have to be the DPO in that community. The OC has to be our party member. By the time you tailor recruitment around party affiliation, around brotherhood, around in-lawship, at the end of the day, what is going to be the solution? What is going to be the result?
So you are saying that corruption is the major problem that we
corruption is an issue. And Nigerians are today, we are gradually embracing what I call political extremism. This is a concept that is new to our political lexicon. Political extremism. That if you don't belong to the party you belong to, who is not in that party, it's automatically your enemy. Nigeria was all like this before when I was growing up. Even as a young student at University of Benin, we know people who were in the other party. Some of them were my friends, and we romance, we talk together, we were always together. But as of today, if you don't belong to the political party where your friend belongs to, he begins to avoid you. You know, that is political extremism. That anything, by the time you talk anything, downplay anything about the party, one party, another party will threaten you with death. And you think that is funny? You think in a normal society that is what we are supposed to be entertaining? Is that what we should accommodate in our political life? You know, by the time you are considering all those things, with the high level of extremism that is associated with political affiliation, one need to be very scared about those. We need to be scared and also entertain that kind of fear about the personality that we enlisted into the state police
All right, comrade. Thank you very much. Let me quickly take comments from our followers on YouTube, those viewing us live this morning. Very big shout out to you, Ibrahim Obaxi. Thank you for always joining us on the show. It's really a pleasure to always have you join us on the show. Jubri Fadilia. I hope I got the pronunciation. Jubril Fadalila. Jubril Fadalila. Thank you so much for joining us on the show this morning. So Ibrahim says the establishment of state police structures will create employment opportunities for thousands of Nigerians, straightening security. So that's the argument.
No, the issue of policing, the issue of security is not a commerce affair. They should not reduce it to job an opportunity to get job. We are talking about security architecture is a serious business that must not be reduced to creation of job. If we do it like that, we'll miss the point. I believe that is where some persons are reasoning that, oh, by the time they bring state police in, I can get a job for my sister, I can get a job for my... No! It's a different thing entirely. Because those who will be enlisted into the police force, there must be a background check on them. It's not a commerce affair. It's not going to be open for all Felicia and for all Victor, as the case may be.
Interesting. Okay, let me take another comment here. This one is from Jubri Fadalila. It says, why state policing in Nigeria is advocated as a solution to insecurity, it is surrounded by significant concerns regarding potential negative aspects. It also says that primarily centered on abuse of power, financial constraints, and ethnic tensions. Critics and current police leadership argue that Nigeria is not mature enough for this.
Of course, Nigeria is not mature. I agree with the submission there. Nigeria is not mature.
Your argument is Nigeria is not mature. Do you think we'll ever get to that place where we become mature for state policing?
We will get to the place if we strengthen our institutions. Once our institutions are strengthened, you will know that we are mature. If we can conduct election where people don't manipulate results, you will know that we are there. If you can go to get justice, can go to judiciary and get justice where nobody is influencing it, you know that we have gotten to that level. If we get to that level where you don't need to know anybody to get what you will know that we have gotten to that level. As we are now today, we are not there yet. We will get there. Rome, they say, was not built in a day, and Nigeria was also destroyed in a day. Therefore, it's a process. Let us not be in a hurry. Let us not be in a hurry. A typical example I'll continue to say is the State Electoral Commission. How are they functioning? People were in this country mobilizing that they need state police. I remember the governor's forums there. They say it's the best, it's the best, it's the best. As of today, are we better? Is the society better? Is Nigeria doing good? Are you proud of it now? The answer is no. Those who are listening, when you do a collation of all this, you will agree with me that Nigeria, of a truth, don't need state policing at this material time.
Okay, thank you, comrade. There's another comment here from Joshua Origi. Says state policing will address the issue of taking permission from Abuja to persecute criminals. Once you arrest bandits, they will no longer be transferred to Abuja.
But that is also an issue. They will no longer be transferred to Abuja. Most of the issues, terrorism, the issue of this is you don't transfer any of those issues to Abuja. These are local crime. Kidnapping, you saw the kidnappers are being tried in High Court in Benin City here. There is jurisdiction. You cannot kidnap somebody in Lagos that they come and try you. The issue of jurisdiction have always been there. Therefore, let us not bamboozle ourselves that the matters go to Abuja because there are interests. The big men, the power that be. He said, okay, bring it to Abuja. Either they water it down there or they do something otherwise. But finally, state policing, the concept is good. I believe those who are following all this program will agree with me the concept is good. I have nothing against the concept. But my concern is that we must strengthen our institutions. Once our institutions are strengthened, we go for state policing. It's going to be Ozena for all of us in this country.
Interesting. All right, comrade. Now, let's take a break. And when we come back, we'll wrap up on the show this morning. Welcome back. It is still the morning show done on VOS TV, where we bring you current happenings, issues making rounds in Nigeria, in the globe, and of course right here home in Edo State. And this is to also let you know that this program is open for advert placement and sponsorship. So you have goods and services you want us to place adverts on, bring it to us right here on VOS TV, as we'll be displaying your goods and services for millions of Nigerians and even across the globe to see. Okay, we are still talking on the issue state policing, and right here with me in the studio is Comrade Roy Uribabo, a civil society activist.
I'm also a lobbyist.
And also a lobbyist, yes. I forgot you made mention of it in the first
I'm a
program.
professional lobbyist.
All right. Okay, so let's wrap up with this conversation. A lot of persons are saying that we can take lessons from other countries that have created and established state policing. So what lessons do you think we can take from other countries as Nigeria?
Well, I think Australia, United States, I think we should take from United States. You know, the lessons are, even United States, they have a state policing, they have a city police. I think that they have federal police. You know, the policing system in the US is quite. I don't think Nigeria have the resources to even want to go on that. And secondly, it's good. But if you recall one incident that happened in the US during the time of Obama, when he was the president, you know, I said it in one of the sister sessions yesterday. Obama, as a serving president, had issue with a corporal in the US police, you know, and Obama undermined that corporal and the commander, the US Army. He told Obama, we are not working for you. He said he must apologize that we are working for US. Just as the president, you are working for US. He gave an ultimatum to the president to apologize. And the president, Obama, apologized. He invited that corporal to White House and he apologized openly. That is where we have strong institutions. These are some of the things Nigeria should be thinking about. Can a governor apologize to, can a local government chairman apologize to a corporal in Nigeria? Governor, or you talk about president? I'm telling you what happened in the US. Therefore, if we must learn any lesson, is that one, we must be willing. We must be willing to learn the recruitment process, how we will recruit people. Secondly, the background check that will be done on them. We must also know that it's not going to be based on political affiliation, because what happened is going in the US and others strictly on merit. They do a thorough background check on you. If Nigeria want to go far with this state policy, that is kind of models they should also adopt. Not the one, because most of the things that happen in Nigeria is about political affiliation. It's about political affiliation. Therefore, if we can jettison that political patronage and be more focused on idea that will make Nigeria to work, that will be better for us.
All right, thank you so much, Comrade. It's really a delight having you on the show this morning.
Thank you. I'm humbled to be here.
Okay, so yes, the topic of conversation this morning is state policing, the negative and positive impacts on Nigerian security architecture. Yes, the former IGP argued that Nigeria is not yet ready for state policing, but the president is insisting that Nigerian creates state policing. What are your thoughts? Do you think Nigeria indeed is ready for state policing? What impacts do you think it will have on a state like Edo State? This is the conversation. Before we go, I just want to appreciate the persons that joined us live today. Yes, you are the reason why we are here, and we will take our time to appreciate you. Ibrahim Obakse, thank you so much for joining us on the show this morning. Jubri Fadilali, thank you so much for joining us on the show. And of course, Joshua, thank you so much for joining us. Stella Gray, thank you so much for joining us. And every other person who joined us, thank you so much. Till we'll come your way again next week. I am Felicia Udeji saying bye.
planning an event, launching a brand, or looking for powerful media visibility? Welcome to VOS TV. VOS Global Media Limited, your trusted media powerhouse in Benin City. Located at number 82, First Isekulu Road, we deliver top-class event coverage, live streaming, studio, and outdoor photography, and professional videography that tells your story with clarity and creativity. Need sharp editing, catchy jingles, full program production? We've got you covered. From talk shows to entertainment, general news, advert placement, and even social media management, VOS TV gives your brand the spotlight it deserves. Clear visuals, professional sound, creative excellence. Call us today on 080-2254-7837 or 090-3710-3329. VOS TV, amplifying your voice to the world.